Am I the a-hole for not siding with my wife over our son's ex-girlfriend's pregnancy? Our son, just turned 16, had a girlfriend, she's 16, almost 17, but they broke up about a month ago. About 3 weeks ago, we were informed by her parents that she is pregnant. She's slightly showing. The dates line up with my son's relationship. My wife and I went into full panic mode. We waited a couple of days before telling our son, who didn't know. He immediately said, "It's not mine. I never slept with her." I didn't believe him, as I know he is active. He did the sensible thing and asked me for protection. However, he kept saying they never did it. He said he cheated on her. I had a heart-to-heart with him. He's an absolute poophead, but I began to believe him. He said he always wraps up and has asked for restocks. My wife, on the other hand, still didn't believe him. Both families met. My wife started the conversation by accepting that our son was the father and tried to figure out a solution, funding, etc. My son spoke up, saying it wasn't his baby, as they never had sex. He was genuinely angry. Then he made a comment that I'm going to rephrase. Apparently, they only ever did a certain act that can't result in a baby, and it was unsatisfactory, so he never went further with her. Absolute poophead, we raged at him over it. His ex-girlfriend admitted they rarely did anything, but explained the event, the when and where, and I'll say it was believable too. I know he's a complete liar. I know he's an absolute dog, but I still believe him. My wife, however, is angry with me for playing into his nonsense. She said I'm part of the boy culture. She said children born to teen parents are more likely to be teen parents, and we were both 17 when my wife got pregnant. She said I'm worsening the situation by not living in reality, and she's left to figure out what to do on her own. To her point, I'm hands off with further meetings with the other family. I don't believe we should have those discussions until it's proven he's the dad. Also, this is really ranty. I'm sorry, but I needed to let off some steam. Just to add, her parents don't want to do a paternity test until after the child is born. They said it could harm the baby, but apparently, it's harmless, so I don't know. So, we cannot get a test done before then. Courts can't order one until birth. Another addition, I'm in the UK. Update 1, I didn't think I'd be coming back so soon, and this is probably more suited to an advice sub rather than an a-hole sub. Cursing, sexual references, etc. Short story, text messages that back up her story. Another meeting, went worse than the first. He's not coming home. Mother and son relationship messed up. Husband and wife relationship messed up. His ex has text messages to a friend around the time she discussed my son's large and marked organ and the type of sex they had. The messages align with what she says and go beyond the oral he claimed. My wife gloated, but anyway. My wife invited them over without my knowledge. It was carnage. She, our son, and I were sitting on one side of the table. He told his mom that she should sit on the other side and that he wouldn't start talking until she moved over. She eventually did. Our son was very quiet at the beginning. He admitted he has the mark and is large, something I never needed to know, but he maintained it was just oral. Then he started winking at his ex's mother. When she asked why, he said, "Your husband is gayer than Philip Schofield, so I'm sure you'd like a go on my large." He then turned to his ex's dad and said, "Philip, it's not for you," followed by a gay slur. I was speechless. My wife told our son to stop denying it. She started planning again. I said I still want DNA, preferably now, but at least immediately after birth. They stuck to after birth. My son spoke up. He said, "This is not how this is going to work." He told them they could get the test done now, or he'd refuse to get tested until he finished college, around 6 years from now. He said the courts wouldn't expect maintenance from a kid, and in that time, the SLT who gave birth to him, my wife, would have spent so much money and would love a kid unrelated to her. He said he hoped that would spiral the SLT into a dark place. They said they'd just get a court order. He said a court couldn't force him, some autonomy thing. Turns out, he's right. He was walking out, and his mother grabbed his arm to make him stay. He said, "Get your dirty hand off me, you bimbo." He said he'd fight back if she didn't let go. I told her to let him go. He said he was staying at a friend's. I offered to drive him, and he agreed. In the car, he said he knows I don't believe him anymore but that he didn't sleep with her. He said school is horrible, social media is horrible, and your wife, he didn't call her mom, is a witch. I said he couldn't talk about his mom like that. He said she's just a woman who gave birth to him and minded him, that's all. He said she doesn't care how he's coping, she's never even asked. When we got to his friends, he cried a bit. He said it's nothing to do with me, but he won't be home much anymore. He said hopefully I'd still hang out with him. I know his friend's father from the pub. I tried to give him money because my son is over there a lot, but he refused. He said my son told him everything. He's a counselor. He said girls can exaggerate to friends and boys can lie, but he's known my son since he was tiny and believes him. He warned that we'll lose him if we're not careful. I went home. I told my wife that if she so much as says one word to me or our son about the baby without a test being done, we're over. If she doesn't apologize to our son in the next few days and beg for forgiveness, we're done. I, sadly, meant it, it wasn't heat of the moment. By her reaction, I think we'll separate for now. I do love her, childhood sweethearts, but my son is my son. It's not a matter of believing him, I probably don't, it's a matter of being there for him. His behavior is erratic and almost a cry for help. It's worrying how quickly he's changed. He's the priority for me right now. Counseling, and plenty of it. Update 2, my wife and I separated, but we're on good terms. I think she understands why I moved out, but we still want to handle things differently. I'm living in a flat with my son. He seems happier. The good news, his ex's parents agreed last Thursday to do a paternity test. It's booked for this Wednesday. I don't know what caused the sudden change. I told my son, and he asked to meet his ex and her parents to apologize. He thanked and apologized to them for what he said. They accepted it, though I think he deserved an apology too. He told his ex that they both know it's not his. She still insisted it is. I asked if he wanted to apologize to his mother or at least talk to her. He said he won't apologize or forgive her, even if she apologizes. He said he hates her and always will. It's still an utter mess. If she visits our flat, he leaves. Saturday night, I told him I wouldn't be angry if he'd been lying, but if he was, I'd prefer honesty over finding out from the test. He again said it's not his. Then he asked me to promise I wouldn't get mad if he told the truth. He said he doesn't want labels, but the reason it went no further with his ex is because he can't stay up with girls and that he uses condoms, but not with girls. I couldn't respond. He went to bed. Sunday morning, I told him I'm fine with him whatever he is. It was a surprise, admittedly. I asked about the Philip Schofield comment he made to his ex's dad, and he said nothing like that ever happened, that it was a guy his own age. I didn't push it further. He wants it kept quiet, so here I am, since I can't tell anyone else. But it'd be a shock at this point if it's his. Update 3, he lied. Spent £800 on the test last Wednesday. He didn't seem nervous, he seemed happy. All went well. Thursday morning, I woke up and he wasn't there. He'd texted saying he needed a break for a few days. My wife called, his ex was gone too. Same message. I texted and called over and over. Eventually, he video called me. His ex was there too. He said he lied about everything and that the test would probably show it's his. He told me where they were staying and said they wanted to talk about it without adults getting involved. I was wrong. He lied. My wife was humble, given everything. Her parents and my wife think it might be good to let them talk. They're staying in touch. I don't see the benefit, it's nuts in my opinion, but maybe it's for the best. I'm done. Final update, my son came home Monday evening and immediately had a run-in with his mother. Same language, apparently. I was at work. He went to his friend's house. Later that evening, my wife and I got a few messages. My son was back on social media and had come out with his boyfriend. Wednesday, her parents got the DNA results. We agreed not to open the email without each other. My son hugged his ex, and they were acting very close, too close. It annoyed me so much seeing them that way. I couldn't explain why. Turns out, he's not the father. He told his mom that every parent was a parent apart from her. He said he could have done something stupid, it was more graphic, but a permanent end, and she wouldn't have cared, she'd probably cheer it. Questions turned to who the real father is. My son said the baby is gone, so the actual father doesn't matter. I had to stand between my son and her dad. I told my son to leave, and he took his ex with him. I went home, and they were together on the couch, cuddled up. I was furious. I spoke to him privately, and he went back to his old story. He didn't sleep with her, he couldn't get up, etc. He said the abortion was the right thing to do. Apparently, it was her idea. She got 2 doctor signatures to get the procedure before he got involved. I don't know. She admitted it to me, as did their texts over the past 2 weeks. She'd asked for his help in exchange for the DNA test. That was obviously the reason for their getaway. She went home. No idea how that's going to be for her, poor girl. He's insistent he won't speak to his mom. I could go on with all the he said, she said details, but I'm drained. I don't think it's even registered. I've booked a holiday. I need a break from it all.